I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Sev Tripolis. I work for Trumbull Neighborhood Partnership. And this class is brought to you through the Farmers Market Promotional Program. We have several classes lined up, and this one is the social media class. Your instructors are Jessica King and Caitlin Brown. So I'm going to hand it over to you guys and we can get started.
Thank you, Sev. So, looks like Marie, you are our only guest today. The rest of us are all TMP employees. So you get a VIP session. We put together a very basic slideshow to start a business Facebook page, and then just talking about simple ways of how you promote yourself through your business page and some tactics and things that you can take away. So we'll go through our slides, and then at the end, we can answer any questions you have and have a conversation about anything.
Great.
Okay. You might already have done this step, but we're just starting from the very first step of the purpose of a business Facebook page. So having a Facebook business page makes it way easier for people to discover and interact with your brand online. I know some people might have a personal page that they may be using to promote their business content, but you should be using your business Facebook page to represent any type of content you are putting out from your brand. Basically, think of your personal page as just personal content and your business Facebook page as anything business related. Business pages are free to set up and multiple people can manage that page. Just to note, you do have to have a personal page made first to set up your business page, but anything coming from your business page will come from that page, not your own self. So how to create a business Facebook page. We will switch to basically, once you are set up on Facebook with your personal page, you can then start to create your business page. Here are just a couple things that you'll need to prepare beforehand so you can go through those steps while creating it. So you should have a profile photo, you should have a cover photo, you should have an about section that just tells what your business is about. If you have open hours, you can add that on there. If you have a website, you can add that URL and any contact information. So definitely an email or a phone number, just some way if there's a different way to get a hold of you. That's just the basic stuff to start your business Facebook page. The next step, once you have that created, there we go. So the next step is determining your brand voice. This can be done quickly or very intensely, but once you have your business page started, you should start thinking about your brand voice. This will be setting your brand voice and tone that will be unique and authentic to your business. You should think about defining your why and show that through your social media post. For example, accounts that are consistent with engaging, or they're sharing educational values, or they have some jokes, something that's funny, are examples of what your brand voice could be like. So what kind of content should you be posting? So anything that you are posting onto your business page should have some type of content with it, visual content. So photos are very easy to do with that. Any type of text, I recommend having a photo included with it. You can also add recorded videos to your content. So if you had your copy and you had a recorded video, you could attach that. Another type of content is adding news and updates. So you could share maybe some type of articles or best practices that you find links to show. And then the last way to create content is you can create events. So for example, you could make events of, what farmers market you'll be selling your product at, or any type of other events you're doing in the community. So how to create a post. First, we'll transition to just how to create a post just from web. So once you have your page, you'll make your way to creating a post. You'll have your copy that you'll write out. So if you're writing, um, maybe you're releasing a new product, or you're just showing like behind the scenes of the business side of things, you could just create your post. There's a few options you could include with that. So like we talked about, having a photo, you can attach that photo or video. Another way to create engagement too with your posts are adding hashtags. So hashtags are basically like linkable words that you could include in your post. So if you would say like hashtag Warren Farmers Market, you could then click that once it's linkable to see other people that are talking about hashtag Warren Farmers Market. And then you could also use the mention item, which is just using the @ symbol. And you would use the @ symbol and just start typing in a business page, or maybe it's a person, but you could mention the Warren Farmers Market. And that becomes linkable to then go to that other, Facebook page, or maybe it's a personal person that you're just linking to mention. But that again draws more engagement to the post. So next, I will show you how to create a post from the mobile version. So the good thing about, Facebook, you can create all your content either from the URL from your computer, or you could create it from your phone. Give me 1 second. Hopefully this works and you guys can see the visual of my iPhone. From your mobile device, you would scroll down while you're on your page, tap create a post. Again, create whatever type of copy you had in mind. You could tap the camera icon to include any photos or videos. Again, on this, you could hashtag anything. You could mention anything as well. So pretty much the same as you could do from your computer, but you can just do it at the tip of your fingers from your mobile device. And once you just have your post, you could just tap publish and it will go live. I'll give it back to Jess if I can figure out how to stop sharing. So the next type of content we have is just how to create an event. This is a good way to get people to know where you will be. So if it's the farmers market, there's just community events, you'll be able to write out, what the event is. You definitely want to say when the event is, the time, and then where your event is. And then people are able to also share this. So individuals can share these events, but they'll be able to see it easier from your Facebook page because there's an event tab that they can click and see all the events you'll be at in the future. Another way of good engagement is Facebook Live. You could showcase events that you're selling at and draw more attention to it. And it's like also a good way to announce new products or just updates, sale locations, or informational videos. You want to also think about Facebook Live. The purpose, more so when you are live, is you're showing that you're in real time. So it's live. You're showing the action, maybe at the farmer's market, but people can also engage with you on Facebook Live. They can ask you questions, you can interact with them. So think about it as you're wanting to showcase what's going on right then and now. And it's
Cool.
not recorded content. But the good thing about Facebook Live too is that once you do have it, it's live, it does turn into a recorded version. So people then can go back and rewatch that live stream. So how often should you be posting and engaging? So to start out, you should be consistent and post at least once a week. The more you get into your Facebook business page, the more you can be consistent and figure out what works best for you. So at least starting out posting once a week and then getting more to a few times a week so people know and get used to looking for your content. So maybe you're doing like Friday releases for new produce or just some new announcement. People kind of get used to knowing, oh, on Friday, I'll look out for um, this post from this group, or maybe it's a joke of the week that you're telling. Could be any type of thing that works for your brand, but the key thing is just to be consistent, and eventually your followers will get the hang of knowing when to look out for your content. Other ways to engage is if you comment on other groups and pages that are related to your business. It's a good way to also engage with people in your related field, but also be there on their Facebook so other, just people can say, oh, let me check out their group and then follow that business page. So as long as you're just commenting and react when people post on your page, that also is just a boosting of engagement. People really like that feeling of more of an emotional feel that you're getting like, oh, the business owner is communicating with me and I'm getting an answer back. So it's a little bit more personable when you're just as your business page, you could comment back to people and engage like that. So next we have how to boost a post. This is a simple form of just Facebook advertising. So you could create your normal post. So say, you're going to be at the Warren Farmers Market and you have a great post about it with a great visual photo and great text. You could say, hey, I really want to boost this post to reach more people. We could go to the page where it kind of goes a little step by step of showing what tools that you could use for that, and how you pick to get your boosted post out there. So a couple things, you'll want to pick a duration of your boosted post. Then you also have a budget that you pick to work with. You can also mess around with your audience. So who should be seeing your ad? You can see the demographics. You can click around with the ages that your audience that you're trying to purposely, boost this for the audience to engage with. So Facebook does give you a lot of ways to very much target on who you want the people to see this ad. So you could do this from your computer. You can also do this from your smartphone. Um, the easiest way is already having the post created, I think, and then you could just mess around with those certain demographics and just simple tools to put a budget, put a duration, and just target in on the audience that you want people to see. So one of the other things is the more you spend, the more you will reach. So if you determine like your budget beforehand, you can kind of um, plan out different posts throughout the duration of what you want to spend, and then reach. So you could do different posts at different budget levels too. Switch back to the slideshow. So some other engagement, we talked about responding to people. So that is a really good way. Um, Being able to respond to comments, and then also in Messenger. So some people might message you. It's very good to continue to respond there too. One thing that is sometimes tricky is fielding any negative comments. This is just different for any type of brand, that you may want to think of your approach a little bit beforehand before actually diving and responding right away. I would suggest that you take a minute, read the comment, how bad or how negative the comment is. And if it gets too out of hand, where if you comment once in a positive way to the person and they continue to be negative, that might be time to just take down their posts, because you do have those capabilities of just deleting their negative comment. But those are something that you can think beforehand of what works best for your business. More ways to engage. There's also very like endless ways of engaging on Facebook, but these are, just some simple and more ways that you could use your ability to create posts by creating posts that have giveaways. Those create a lot of engagements. For example, you could create a post and just simply tell people to like and comment on your post, and they might be entered into a giveaway for a plant or another type of produce. Other ways to engage more, a big one and a very easy one is just inviting friends to like your page. There is a button on your Facebook page, your Facebook business page, and you would select that, and it gives you the option to invite the friends that you personally are friends with on Facebook, to invite them to like your page. Another way are having Q&A posts, so just simple question and answer posts that you can also engage with people. And then last, it's just you can also just respond to page reviews. So if people are leaving reviews on your business page, you can just simply thank them for, purchasing a product, or thank them for stopping out at your business. Another suggestion is, once you are at this point of, you have your Facebook business page under your belt, you're um, getting used to creating posts. The next item is just to set a goal. So there's short-term goals and long-term goals. So just depending where you are with your Facebook page, um, I would set a goal so at least you can measure an outcome. So maybe just for a short-term goal, you're trying to just establish an online presence and get used to Facebook on your computer or on your smartphone. That's definitely a goal that you could set for yourself. And once you feel comfortable, you can achieve that and then create more goals to maybe have like a long-term goal of using your Facebook to create new leads, create new customers. There's even ways to use Facebook for monetary purposes of like selling produce. Um, so once you get the hang of more, the Facebook tools that allow you to post content, boost posts, you can really get into setting just goals that work for your brand. Other tools that you can utilize A tool called Canva. It is a graphic design platform. You can use this and it's free. There is a free version to create social media graphics and other just visual content. So you could take a photo of anything and add text to it through this app. You could just simply make text or just make some type of graphic. It's very easy and user friendly to work, and it's a nice way to just make your post a little bit more prettier. The other tool, Facebook Insights. So, Insights through your Facebook business page, it just provides information about your page's performance, like demographics, data about your audience, and how people are responding to your posts. And it gets interesting. You could look at the Facebook Insights and see what's working, and see what's not working, and see what kind of content people like to see and engage with. So, the more maybe likes you have on something compared to less likes, you can get a feel of what works and what doesn't work. Linking to an Instagram account. So, Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same company. So, it makes linking them very easy to do. This is an easy way to cross promote your content to both platforms. You could have one piece of content that you are publishing, and by linking your Instagram account with your Facebook business account, it will publish to both platforms. So you can do this through Facebook, through your management page. You would go to home, and then there will be an Instagram tab, and then it will say connect to Instagram. And then you'll just have to allow access to Instagram messages and inbox. You would log into your Instagram account. So you'll save the info. And that should link it. If those steps, aren't working for you, I would just Google what you're stuck on, and that would, hopefully solve the issues. But if you have your Instagram business account already made, it should be very simple just to link them. So now, Marie, we can answer any questions you have.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear anything if you're trying to.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. No, I love it. It was like very clear and concise for a beginner. And this will work well with us. I'm looking at
I don't know if you can still hear me, Marie. Your audio cut out.
yeah, it's that started sharing and sharing. I know don't have an Instagram, so I have to work on that a little bit. But I appreciate the opportunity to learn the basic steps because everything is social media, especially with the younger and middle-aged, and now as my age is getting into this. So I took a lot of notes.
So we can definitely share.
Can I ask?
Oh, we could definitely
Oh,
share this
okay.
with you. We also have one last slide on there. It's just a link to some additional resources that we use to create it. That will have way more details too. So, well, I'm sure Seb has your email, and we can definitely just email you a copy of it.
Perfect. I appreciate that. I do have a question about the boosting. So does it, when you go in to do the boosting, is there like price, like, okay, I only want to do $15 or $50? Like, how does that actually work?
Yeah, Jess, do you want to go back to the actual tab we were on to boost the post?
Yeah, I'm getting back into.
So really, when you work with boosting a post, you can do whatever you want, whatever your budget is that you have. And the one thing, once we see it, it'll be easier to explain. It Facebook will show you there I know there was that slider tool, and it shows you if you spend $5 during 2 days or $10 during 5 days, it goes to it shows you who you reach in that time. Or wait,
Oh,
Jeff, can you
okay.
go back to the actual tab? Yeah. So say this, for example, it's at $14 for 7 days, and it says an estimated 215 people to 623 people. So that also will change, I believe, when you sit down and work on who you're targeting as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's cool because you could just click around and see, well, if I only do it for $10 a day, what does the reach go down to?
Yeah.
You could just see how it shows.
This always like really cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So when you also boost the post and when you have your Facebook and Instagram linked, they will go to both platforms.
Okay. Oh, this is exciting. I can't wait to like figure this out. And of course, I'll have my case manager, Dallas, right by my side. Yeah, this was really neat. I was like, it's like a new thing. You're like nervous, like, what if I don't know, something crazy happens and now it's public. And so this made me feel a little bit calmer about starting the business page for us. And we do need to do an Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, starting simple and just basic, like starting one post a week just to get the hang of it is more than fine. Because again, like you don't want to accidentally post something that fields negative comments or fields something
Right.
that, backlash or just something
Yeah. And it's so cool that I could be at the farmer's market and doing like a recording, or I forget the terminology that you guys used already, but to have some of our possible applicants come out there and talk with us and be at the farmer's market, like that's really neat.
Yeah. Yeah, go live.
Yeah.
Yeah, people love that. And then the same thing with the boost, I was going to say, like, if you're scared to do it because you have to put a credit card in and you have to put your information, just start with like $5, right? I mean, what do you
Yeah,
Yeah. And then
that's a good
just kind of
idea.
get a feel for it.
Yeah, baby steps. I
Yeah.
like that. Thank you.
And if you think of any other questions, you can reach out to Sev. Sev has our emails too.
Okay. I appreciate that, and thank you for letting me be your one student. I get all your attention and I love it.
Thank you for joining us, Marie.
Absolutely. You guys have a wonderful evening, and thanks again.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, thanks, Marie. We'll be in
Bye.
touch.
Absolutely. Bye.
Take care.
Recording.